This video is to accompany the Monstera, which is part of the houseplant range, of which we've got quite a lot now, still expanding. And so it's a flat leaf where you're using a chart, or there are full words as well, in order to make this obviously iconic Monstera leaf shape. Now, just to show you the rest of the range while we're here, this is the Monstera, which is the one I'm going to be showing you in the video. We've also got the pothos, which has got those gorgeous heart-shaped leaves. We've got the fishbone cactus, which has got the classic zigzag, really again an iconic leaf shape within that collection too, and the Sansevieria, and behind me is the string of pearls. But this video is for the Monstera leaf, to master doing those flat different stitch lengths in order to create those leaves. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the theory on how to create these gorgeous Monstera leaves. There is a chart in your pattern as well as the step-by-step words. So do refer to your pattern for the specifics of the stitches and the numbers. I'm just going to be showing you the theory here so that you can get your head around how they are constructed. So start with your yarn, tie a slip knot as normal, pop that on your hook, and then chain the number of stitches stated. And what we're doing here is we're actually creating the stem initially. So what we're going to be doing is actually doing the stem that comes down the middle and then up before we then work the leaves down one side and then on the other side. So we're doing the stem first. So what you're going to do once you've done your number of chains is you turn and you work back down that chain. And that was slip stitches that I was doing then. Then just to clarify, double crochets, you go in the stitch, yarn over to the point where you've got two and go through. So that's double crochets there. And then the other stitch you're going to need to do the stem is a half treble. With a half treble, you go around the hook first into the next stitch along, yarn over to the point where you've got 3 loops on your hook, and then you yarn over and you come through all 3 in one motion. So that's a half treble. So a half treble, you go around the hook first, in, you've got 3 on your hook, and you come through all 3 in one motion. So that's us having finished our stem. So we chain down and then we've worked stitches back along that chain to get to this point. Now, I think this is the first bit that if you're new to doing this kind of flat crochet where we're moving around a base stem, we need to now maneuver our way back to our first knot. So what you're going to do is slip stitch 2 to return to where we began. So just put your hook in like that, into that half treble, into a little bit of that half treble, do 1 slip stitch and then do 1 slip stitch again. So you're back on the side where we first began, where your slip knot is. So once we're back on the first side where we had the slip knot in, we're going to chain again, because this is going to be us working the first part of the leaf, so the top bit there on one side of the stem. So 2, 3. So we've done a chain, and then you're going to be working back down that chain. So follow your pattern, not necessarily what I'm doing here. I'm just going to put a few different stitches in to create what you're doing, but follow your pattern for the actual specifics of creating that leaf. So that was me doing a couple of trebles there. A half treble again, until you get back down to the last stitch and you'll have returned down that chain to the stem. And this is the bit that I just want to clarify. So then the instruction says to miss 1 and then slip stitch 2 off the main stem. So let's take a look at what we've got. We've got the bit that we've just crocheted off to the side, and then we've got the stem that we did initially. You should have your slip knot there that you can see, and then you can see your first stitch, which is there. So we're going to miss that stitch and we're going to slip 2 into these next 2. So you go into that one like that, and then into the next one. So you've slipped 2 off the main stem. Then what you're going to do is chain again the number stated in the pattern. And then this is the last bit that I'm going to clarify in this video, because this is key to the construction of the leaf. Is what you're then going to do is slip into the tip of the leaf above. So what you do is you put your hook in to the tip of the leaf above, and I'm going to put mine through the whole stitch like that. It doesn't really matter where you slip in. I'm going to put mine through my whole final stitch. yarn over and slip that into position, and that's what is going to attach that on. So just to make that a little bit clearer for anyone that's doing this for the first time, is what we crocheted first was that stem, which is that bit there. Then what we did is we went out and we crocheted this top bit like that and back in. Then we slipped down the stem, and then we came out and we chained to attach that second one on and slip stitch to the end. And that is how your leaf is constructed, is you come in and out like that, and then what you're actually going to do is work back up the other side like that. And that is how your Monstera leaf comes together. I hope that that's really helpful for anyone that has got this stunning pattern. You're going to really enjoy making it. Once you get into the swing of doing it, it's a really satisfying little pattern to produce those leaves, and then you attach them all onto your vine at the end.